And we've been off air this whole time, as the mixing board was off that whole time, John, I do believe. We cannot hear you. That would be the reason why I hit the mic clear button, off button. So, and you're going to see what I was getting ready to say, because you guys couldn't hear any of that stuff. What I was going to say is the reason why that was pushed is because we were able to record all the senior night activity stuff earlier. So we came on early, and that was a great open, too.
Yep.
It was like the best open we've had all year long, and I just butchered it by not having the audio on. Alex, thanks for pointing that out. I actually didn't see your comment. Tegan saw it apparently and pointed to the screen. I looked at the screen and saw that the board was off. But at any rate, welcome to Macomb High School. We'll do this all again. Welcome to Macomb High School. It's as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Tegan Perry is alongside, and John Burton is inside at the moment, but he'll be outside in the elements as we have great October football weather. And as I said, we were here early tonight. We were able to record the senior night activities. They do that really early here at Macomb at 6 o'clock, so we were able to record it. And we're going to play that for you tonight. And, in fact, we'll step aside right now, and we'll play tonight's senior night activities. A bunch of seniors got introduced tonight on their final night here from Macomb High School as the Bombers end their home season, at least their home regular season, on the road next week at Illini West. We'll step aside and let you folks at home see all the seniors that were honored here earlier this evening. You can tell it was earlier because it'll still be daylight. We'll be right back in about 12 or 13 minutes.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Senior Night.
I just realized I forgot my hat at home.
We will start with announcing our senior football players and their families. Leading off is Langdon Allen, escorted by his parents Aaron and Lisa Allen. Malachi Butler Grissom, escorted by his father Kevin Grissom. Denzel Cochran, escorted by his mother, Denise Chambers. Jack Duncan, escorted by his parents, Jason and Amber Duncan, and siblings Ellie and Ames. Nick Ford, escorted by his parents, Stephen and Whitney Parzano. Charlie Hernandez, escorted by his parents, Lourdes Cuatlotl and Gabino Hernandez. Carter Hogue, escorted by his parents, Mark and Katie Hogue. Ethan Ladd, escorted by his parents, Alicia Ladd and Luke Ladd. Lindsay May, escorted by his parents, Lindsay and Karen May. Sam McClure, escorted by his parents, Matt and Jamie McClure. James Meredith, escorted by his parents, Matt and Tracy Meredith. Max Reiner, escorted by his parents, Joe and Sarah Reiner. Brandon Sprinkle, escorted by his mother, Brooke Martin. Elijah Starbuck, escorted by his parents, Marcus and Jessica Starbuck. Ben Thomas, escorted by his parents, Matt and Ann Thomas.
All right, Coach, now I want you to hold up. They're going to give them about 30 seconds to get pictures taken. Wait till I get...
Next up, we have our class of 2023 Marching Bomber Band members. Malin Bacon, escorted by her parents, Kevin Bacon and Lorraine Watkins. Nicholas Butcher, escorted by his parents, Joe and Melanie Butcher. Sherman Bernards, escorted by his parents, Allison and Mark Bernards. Anna Engel, escorted by her parents, Jeff Engel and Maylee Chen. Anna Gottwald, escorted by her parents, Laura Gottwald and Oliver Gottwald. Shania Johnson, escorted by her mother, Robin Johnson. Lillian Lambert, escorted by her parents, Dustin and Sarah Lambert. Valerie Matzy, escorted by her parents, Doug and Kate Matzy. Eli McClure Sanders, escorted by his parents, Jim Sanders and Ken McClure. Logan Nash, escorted by his parents, Ben and Sandy Nash. Emma Price, escorted by her parents, Josh and Madison Stabler. Senior member Tally Stone is not able to be here as Tally is participating in the IHSA tennis sectionals this evening. George Tang, escorted by his parents, Yong Tang and Sherry Zhao. Corey Trost, escorted by her parents, Shay and Carrie Trost. Nellie Zhang, escorted by her parents, Xiaozhang Zhang and Jin Jin. Senior color guard member, Emma Carson, escorted by her mother, Crystal, and stepdad, Matthew Kessler, and sister, Leah.
We're doing dance and cheer together. Dance and cheer together. Okay?
Okay. Next up, we have our senior members of the Bomber Dance Team and Cheer Squad.
Hold on. We're gonna get them out of here.
All right, senior member of the Bomber Dance Team, Drew Potter, escorted by her parents, Andy and Andy Potter. Next up, senior members of the Bomber Cheer Team, Kayliana Bradford, escorted by her mother, Hannah Ellis. Sophia Brown, escorted by her parents, Michael and Elizabeth Brown. Janiyah Franklin, escorted by her parents, Anthony and Janice Morgan. Emma Skis, escorted by her parents, Jason and Kara Skis. All right, fans, let's hear it for all of our fall sports and marching band seniors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Macomb High School. As I just about did it again, Tegan.
Hey.
I'm not used to turning the main audio off to do stuff, so we turned it off so you folks at home could hear the senior night activities. We're just a few minutes away from game time here. The Ducks deferred to the second half. The Bombers will receive the opening kickoff and go left to right on the TV screen, I do believe, if I heard things correctly, as we are here. As you can see, John Burton wiping the camera off occasionally, as we'll have to do that as the rain is blowing right into the booth and what will be the camera, but it looks like it's slowing down possibly a little bit, and maybe by halftime it'll be gone, Tegan, and the Bombers if everything holds serve, for the most part, the game has been over before halftime. They had to play the entire game against Elmwood Brimfield a couple of weeks ago, but for the most part, we are seeing a team tonight that hasn't played a whole 4 quarters this season. So maybe this weather will change that a little bit tonight.
Yeah, but of course the weather could also be in their disadvantage as well. As we've seen time and time again, the weather has always been a factor in the game no matter what. So we'll have to see. Does Macomb favor the rain, or does the rain favor the Ducks?
You can see there are a lot of umbrellas in the house tonight, and some of them are going to try to sit right in front of our camera, so we'll try to keep those cleaned out as best we can. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
And welcome back here as we're just about ready to get going here live from Macomb High School. I'm Dwayne Hulett, Tegan Perry alongside, and it's Havana in the house against Macomb. As you can see, Havana, Tegan 4-3 in the midst of a 3-game win streak. The Bombers 7-0, and they're trying to keep the record perfect here on their home field for the final time, at least during the regular season here in 2022.
Yeah, Macomb's wanting to, like you said, win this game. This would be the first time they went undefeated, I think, in 20 years or so. So there's a lot riding on this game right now. Macomb's already clinched the playoff spot. Now it's time to etch their name down in school history.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, everybody thinks Macomb is a big school in the area, and they are. The thing is that Macomb has always played really big schools in years past, so it's a little different for them to be in this scenario and have a chance to go undefeated. And on to kick for the Ducks as we get ready to go. Number 22, Caden Green. It's a short kick picked up by Benson, I do believe. Connor Benson over there. Nope, it's Cochran, Denzel Cochran on the return. It's no gain. He just ran horizontally, but it's going to be 1st and 10 Bombers. I'm not sure where they are going to. He went backwards on the return, so it's going to. Where are they actually marking that thing at? Take it out to the 40 finally. 1st and 10 at their own 40. They moved it about 3 or 4 different yards there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to really tell out there in the rain. I mean, the refs got to deal with it as well, but.
We'll keep it here and try to watch John's video, and that'll help us quite a bit as he's got some good video going here. BT's got some fans in the house already. Duncan right off the bat is going to go downfield. He's got a open receiver, but it's behind him a little bit. JT Jeter, the intended receiver, and it's going to fall incomplete as he threw behind him. And Tegan, that is a completion 99% of the time for these two, and you wonder if that wasn't because of the weather.
It's the first pass of the game. A lot of seniors have jitters, so Jack's probably a little bit nervous to show off, but he'll get back in the rhythm soon.
Reiner deep behind Duncan. He hands off to Reiner, and Reiner's going to go for a gain of about 7 or 8. We'll see where they mark it. It's going to bring up 3rd down, but it's going to be short and manageable here. Out to about the 48, a gain of 8. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Might try a short little screen here, or they might hand it off to Max up the middle again.
Like they might go left this time as Lindsey May, the fullback to the left of Duncan. Handoff's going to go left side, kind of up the middle to Reiner. He'll have the 1st down. He'll go for a gain of 3. 1st and 10, a Sports Corner 1st down for the Bombers. And it is 1st and 10 at the 49 of the Ducks for Macomb.
And how many first downs did they have last game?
They had 4 in the first half. I don't know what they ended up with. I kind of forgot to keep track, but they only had 4 on 58 points in the first half. So they're 1/4 of the way there already. Here's Reiner again. He's going to bounce it outside this time. Rounds the corner, across the 45, near the 40, down to about the 41-yard line. A gain of 8 again for Reiner. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2.
Seems that Macomb's wanting to run the ball first, maybe due to how the weather's been going. But, I mean, we've seen all season, if you give the ball to Max Reiner, he will get you 8-9 yards and will possibly break it off all the way to the end zone.
3 wides far, 1 near is J.T. Jeter all by himself. Langdon Allen, Jaden Jones, and not sure if that's Holdhouse out there. It's going to go a wide receiver screen to Langdon Allen. He's got tons of running room, and he's going to go for a gain of about 10, I think. We'll see where they mark it. Oh, they're going to mark it. Where are they marking it? They're going to give him 11. I don't think he really got that much, but an 11-yard pass is good for a Sports Corner first down. And Langdon Allen gets 11 on the completion, 1 for 2 on the night for Duncan. And it's going to be Bomber first down at the Havana 30-yard line.
The cornerbacks aren't playing man on these wide receivers, but who would, honestly?
Reiner is going to go up the middle, a short gain. We'll see where he goes from the 30. And well, they're being pretty generous with the markings here. It's a 4-yard gain for Reiner, 23 on the night on 4 carries. 2nd down and 6 for the Bombers as they are marching the ball methodically down the field against the Havana Ducks. Havana had some people liken them to maybe a Rushville Industry kind of team. Not going to be the kind of team to roll over. They're going to play hard all night.
I mean, that's what LVC did. Despite with the score, they never stopped trying.
Reiner's going to bounce. Oh, a nice tackle. Who's that on the tackle? See if we can keep it there. Number 5, Dane Olson on the tackle. Reiner's going to go for, we'll see where they mark it at here, a gain of 4. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. 27 yards on 5 carries for Reiner. Now Duncan's going to go up under center. Don't see that very often. He's going to go for a quarterback sneak, and he'll get the first down on a gain of 3 yards if they give him the full 3 on the body lean. They may only give him 2, but it's going to be a first down either way, I do believe.
3 first downs already.
Sports Corner first down on the ground for the Bombers. Jack Duncan gets a gain of 3, and it's 1st and 10 Bombers at the 19-yard line of the Ducks. Single setback, 3 wides left, 1 near for Duncan in the shotgun. Reiner's the lone setback.
Tried to get him with the hard count there.
He's haven't seen that the last couple games, have we?
They haven't really been needing to.
Duncan going for the touchdown, and he's got J.T. Jeter from 19 yards out on the crossing pattern into the middle of the field, and J.T. Jeter gets the 19-yard touchdown pass.
Great.
19 yards. How much time's left, can you see?
9:36.
9:36 remaining in the first quarter. 7-21, 19 yards. We'll see what they do here. 2 tight end set this time with a single step back and 1 near and 1 far. Case and Hogue, the tight ends. Fake. Now he's going to find Langdon Allen outside, and he's going to get the 2-point conversion pass to Langdon Allen. That was a double move. Langdon Allen turned in. Duncan had to flee to his left, and Allen did what he should do. He went back, got it open for his quarterback, and they found him for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, Jack really likes throwing to the sideline of the end zone and back deep in the end zone. He doesn't really like throwing up front, so he angles it just perfectly to where the wide receiver can get it.
So it is a touchdown for the Bombers. They lead 8-0 with 9:36 to go here in quarter number 1. This game being brought to you tonight by Tom Conklin State Farm, face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb, right after the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers. A 19-yard completion from Jack Duncan to J.T. Jeter, and And Tyler Cummings says, way to go, BT, or way to be, BT. That name's going to stick, I think.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be the little bit of a squib kick, and it's going to be ran at far side. I couldn't see it through the rain, honestly, folks, and I had to look at the camera. Hunter Nichols on the return, and he's going to bring it out to just about the 50 for the Ducks, actually into Bomber territory at the 49-yard line. It's going to bring up first down and 10 for the Ducks, and LVC never found their way to Bomber territory until the second half last week.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's really wet out there, and it's harder to tackle when it's wetter. So
17-yard return. And they're going to run it on the snap. And Meredith, whoa, boy, oh boy, the carry by number 11, Braden Barner. On the carry. He's going to go for a gain of 3. It's going to bring up second down and 7. But James Meredith, what a tackle as he just grabbed him and threw him to the ground. And it's going to be second and 7 for the Ducks in Bomber territory at the 46-yard line.
James he does his job well, and he does it good. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, Barner back in the cornerback spot. Nope, it's going to be a direct snap this time to Nichols, and he's going to go forward for another short gain. It's going to bring up third and manageable, a gain of 2. Well, we'll see where they mark it here. It's hard to tell where they mark this thing at. It's going to be a gain of 3. It's going to bring up third down and 4 for the Ducks. They've got 3 backs in the backfield, including the quarterback and 2 running backs. 2 different people have taken the snap thus far tonight. Now Barner's going to go up under center this time, so he'll take the snap from center. I formation behind him, 2 wide receivers near side. Handoff's going to go up the middle. Not much. Oh, he's going to keep his feet moving. He's going to be close to a first down. We'll see who the ball carrier was. Was it Nichols again? No, it was not. It was number 5, Dane Olson, on the carry. He's going to get a gain of 3. It's going to bring up fourth down and 1 from the 40. The Ducks have to get to the 39-yard line of the Bombers to get a first down.
Something I noticed on there is that none of the cornerbacks of Macomb were lining up against the wide receivers, so I think they know that they're going to run the ball a lot tonight, but you'll have to keep an eye out of what the Ducks do because they might throw one over the top, and if that gets in one of the wide receivers' hands, that's touchdown.
Lindsey May and others on the stop that time. They're going to 2 wide receivers near. Wide I formation behind Barner, and he's going to try and get up. He's going to do the quarterback sneak, and he'll get it. Going to be about a 2-yard gain for Barner, and it's going to be first and 10 for the Ducks at the 38-yard line of the Bombers. Give him the 2-yard gain, and it'll be first and 10 Ducks at the Bomber 38-yard line. Sometimes you know what they're going to do, and they stopped him initially, I think, Tegan, but it was a second push from the running backs, I think, gave him a push to get him forward.
Yeah, we saw that in Elmwood Brimfield. Macomb's defensive line wasn't able to stop their offensive line, and I think that's what they're going to try to target all day today. If they can beat that defensive line, then they can get 3-4 yards to carry.
They are battling some rain, folks. Just bear with us. As snap's going to go directly to Olson this time. He's got some running room. He's going to go across the 35, down to the 34, or maybe the 33. We're going to mark it, I think, at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 for Olson, and it'll bring up second down and 6 for the Ducks.
This is what you said earlier. This is classic Illinois football. You got 3 yards in a cloud of dust right there. That's what Havana likes to do.
I guess I need to invest in one of those fancy little reel things to pull the water off the screen.
Yeah.
But John did a good job of getting it wiped off there, folks. So we'll get ready to go here as it's the stacked backfield, running back to each side of Barner. Barner now is going to it's going to be a direct snap to number 28. Number 28, Hunter Nichols. He's going to go down to the 30-yard line. He'll get a gain of 4. It's going to bring up third down and 2.
The Ducks are doing what they're supposed to do. They're saying that we think our offensive linemen will be able to beat your entire front, and so far,
you get 4 downs to get 10 yards, right?
Yep.
And if it takes 4 downs, it takes 4 downs. It's third down and 2 right now, though. They've got 2 downs to get 2 yards. They've shown the ability to do that this far. Handoff's going to go to a direct snack to Olson. He's got some running room. He breaks it through down inside the 15, it would appear. And a first down for the Ducks as they found some running room inside the 15. JT Jeter on the stop, but not until he gained 14 down to from the 30, wasn't it? It was only from the 30 to the 14. That's a 16-yard gain.
Yep.
16-yard gain. First and 10 Ducks. As they're trying to answer the Bombers' first drive here. The defense for the Bombers is going to have to step up and stop a running attack that is very solid as of now. Olson looks to be taking the snap. Barner's to his right, and we're going to have a timeout. Oh, delay a game. Mark that 5-yard penalty down there. That seemed like a fast 40 seconds, didn't it?
It might have been because they got the ball set and then they never got into the huddle quick enough. And then that's why it seemed kind of early, but can't make mistakes like those. Got to get the plays out quick.
Barner, and then they got two setbacks. Number 14's up there, Ham. Olson's going to take the snap. He's not going to get a lot of running room this time. He's going to go down to about the 15-yard line. And we'll see where they mark it. Gain of 4. It's going to bring up second down and 11.
Well, great blocking by the offensive line of the Ducks so far. They've been able to get a pushback and be able to get a lane open. And like you said, whenever you can get any open lane, take it, see how far you can get.
Well, they aren't allowing the Spartan or the Bombers' size to clog up holes, right? Their initial line, they're not hesitating. They're taking what they get every time and not allowing any stunts or anything to work. They're taking first gap, and that's what's working so far. Olson again on the direct snap. He's got some running room again. He's going to get close to the 10-yard line. We'll see where they mark him down this time. A gain of 3. It's going to bring up third down and 8.
Got to get an answer real soon.
From the 11, it's 3rd and 8.
Got to get an answer real soon. We've seen before if Macomb's defense starts to get gashed, they're really hard to come back from.
Yeah, the Bombers need to get a stop here. If they can get up 2 scores, they have to feel pretty good. But if the Ducks can keep scoring with them, they do get the ball first in the second half. Barner and Olson both there. And the Bombers are going to jump off sides. Let's see if they call it on the Bombers. It is offsides on the Bombers. The hard snap or the hard. Oh, they called that a false start. What are they doing here? I thought. Oh, they called it a false start.
The guy on the very end.
The referee initially called it an offsides on the Bombers, but they changed it to a false start. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 13 for the Ducks, and that's a bit of a surprise there.
I think what they thought is that they originally jumped offsides and then they threw the flag, which one of the players on the offensive line did jump, so I'm thinking they probably changed it up and thought they moved instead.
Olson and Barner still both there. Olson's going to take the snap. He's got a rounding rim around the right side. He's going to go in for a touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run for how much time's left?
7:54, I think.
Olson, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Ducks now have a chance to tie the Bombers. Barner this time, he's going to run right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped short, trying to get in. Oh, he fell in. He's in. He did fall in, and we're tied at 8. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a few seconds. And welcome back to Macomb High School. 8-8 with 7:54 to go in quarter number one. Havana showing no fear, driving right back down the field after the Bombers marched down for a touchdown. They answered with one of their own to tie it at 8.
I expected them to very well score on Macomb's defense because of how their run game has been all season. It hasn't been bad or anything. It's just when they faced better teams, it hasn't really fared well for them.
Getting ready to go here. Second kickoff of the night for the Ducks. An up man again. Left side, good running room that time, and thrown out of bounds. That's Benson. It is Benson. No, is that Holthouse? Braden Holthouse over there on the return. And it's going to be Bombers first down at their own 49-yard line. And all three drives have started 40 or better for both teams.
Well, to be fair, you're also kicking into the wind, so that's not a very favorable thing when you're kicking into it. Plus, the conditions are very wet, so the balls tend to be slippery then.
So Duncan getting ready to see what the Bombers have to offer in response here. And a handoff's going to go to Reiner. He's going to come near side, cuts it upfield. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. He's across the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown, and Hogue is going to be lucky if he don't get called for a flag right there. A 59-yard touchdown run for Reiner, and there was a little push in the back right there at the end. You might have saw Hogue give a little shove, but he gets nothing doing. It's just going to be a 59-yard touchdown run. How much time's left?
I can't tell. I think it's 7:09.
We'll call it 7:09. Probably 7:39 or something, actually.
Yeah.
Wasn't that much time ran off the clock, I don't think. But it's a touchdown nonetheless for the Bombers. They answer very quickly. Now Duncan going to take the shotgun snap. Reiner to his right again. He's going to drop back. Looks left. Throws it into the flat. It's short. Incomplete. PAT's no good.
Two-point conversion is unsuccessful on a pass from Jack Duncan to Langdon Allen.
A Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers.
1:34 to go in the first quarter.
Makes it 14-8. Bombers with the lead.
Lots and lots and lots of running. If you're a big running back guy, this is one of your games to watch.
This game being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salads, sandwiches, homemade desserts, Blue Bunny ice cream, and they have a full-service coffee bar. They serve breakfast all day long, and they have free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com or call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Well, as you said, Tegan, if you like running, this is going to be a game for you, it would appear. And here comes the short kick. It's going to be brought and outside or inside the 40 for the first time as it's Nichols again. Is going to Foster? I thought it was Nichols. I couldn't see the number. I didn't look at our screen that time, and I was trying to look through the window.
Yep.
And so I apologize. Anthony Foster, number 25. Nichols is 28. First and 10 at their own 39-yard line for the Ducks.
If the running game continues to go well for the Ducks, expect Macomb's defensive line to start cutting the linemen and hoping that the running backs and Ethan Ladd and Lindsey May will make the tackle.
Very similar to what they did against Elmwood Brimfield, right?
Yep.
So here we go. We'll see what happens. First play, I formation. Barner's going. Oh, the ball's on the ground. The Bombers have a chance for it. They can't get it. Nichols is going to come up with it, and Hogue fights it away. But it's going to be a loss on the play of 3, -3 for Nichols. Hunter Nichols loses 3 on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 13 for the Ducks.
Carter Hogue, he's a real scrappy player there. He, despite whether he gets the fumble or not, he'll make sure once the ref asks for the ball, he has the ball in his hands, whether or not they recovered it or not. He's one of those guys when it comes to football.
And back into the shotgun formation now. We'll see which one of them actually take the snap. It's going to be Olson around right side. This time he's got nothing. He's going to he breaks a tackle. Case is going to bring him down from behind, but he was stopped in the backfield and kept his feet moving, and he's going to go all the way out to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 8. And it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Or 3rd and 5, excuse me. 3rd and 5 for the Ducks, and very manageable now, Tegan.
Yeah, you have to get an answer soon, because if it continues to be like this for the rest of the game, Macomb's defense is going to be in for a long night.
Got to give Dane Olson tons of credit. He was stopped maybe twice in the backfield, it looked like, and he somehow kept his feet moving and found a hole and got through. Now here comes the snap again. It's going to go to Barner this time around right side. He runs to the weak side, and he's going to go close to a first down. Might take a measurement here. We'll see where they're going to say just short, so a gain of 4. And that's the end of the first quarter. Well, there wasn't 7 minutes. There must have been 1 minute.
Yep. It's hard to see when you got rain on the screen.
So we apologize, folks, on that. It's the end of the first quarter play, 14-8. Bombers with the lead. It's going to be a gain of 4 that time for Barner. It's going to bring 4th and 1 when we get back. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple moments.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Taking off air, you were talking about what Coach Olson was saying down there.
I was going to say exactly what he's saying down there. Make sure you get off your blocks, hold your hole, and then wrap up and get a tackle. Pursuit and everything's been great for Macomb so far, but you have to make those tackles there. Otherwise, you get big gains off that and get 8-9 yards and make it 4th and inches.
4th and very short, a quarterback sneak, and he'll get it, I would imagine. They're going to give him a gain of 2, and it'll be Barner with the carry. A gain of 2, 1st and 10 Ducks at the 50-yard line.
So this game will ultimately rely on how the nose tackle does, and that's on James Meredith. If he blows up that center, that entire offensive line will start to crumble down.
Game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales, with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Jared, Justin, or Chris, or visit them at www.lbsellscars.com. Back to play now. Here's going to be direct snap to Olson. He's going to cut it back inside that time. And it looked like it was designed to go left, kind of cut it back right, and he's going to gain for a long one. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. Well, where are they going to mark it? Yeah, it's going to be a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
James is starting to cut now. On that play, he dove right where his hole was supposed to be and took the offensive line down with him. That hole just closed up, and that's why he had to jump back in. And
the linebackers were there, right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing. The Bombers can do that, right, because they have a very good linebacking crew.
Yeah, they do. And, of course, it puts a lot of stress on the linebackers, but Ethan and Lindsay both strive in it. They love it.
Reiner back there as well, of course. Here's a 2nd and 9 play for the Ducks. They're going to pitch it out to Olson. Bombers are out there. He's going to cut it back inside, and he's going to go close to a first down. It's going to be a gain of 8. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Just shy of the 40-yard line. So right back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and a short 1. Barner trying to draw him off again. Now he's going to take the quarterback sneak, and he's going to go for a gain of 4. And it'll be a 1st and 10 Ducks at the Bomber 36-yard line. So actually a gain of 4 on the play. Actually a gain of 5, technically.
That's a gain of 5 yards and good for
First
Havana.
and 10 at the 36 of the Bombers for the Ducks. So the Bombers had a couple chances to get the Ducks behind the sticks, and the impressive thing for the Ducks this far taken is they've gotten behind the sticks a few times, but haven't let that change their game plan. The Bombers have taken people out of their game plans a lot this year. The Ducks are not allowing that to happen right now.
Yeah, like we said earlier in the season, the way you beat this Macomb team is if you beat their defense. And if you don't beat their – and if you can beat their defense, their offense are bound to make a mistake eventually. So we'll have to see.
2 setbacks beside Barner and a whistle. Too many moving at the same time here. Illegal procedure. What are they calling? It is illegal procedure, 5-yard penalty, and it's going to bring up first down and 15 from the 41-yard line now. And just like on cue right there, Tegan, they're behind the sticks again.
Yep, but as we've seen, drive after drive, they'll get back to the 1-yard line before the first down on 4th and 1, and then they'll just QB sneak it. You gotta stop the middle. You can take control of that middle ground. Their entire game plan will have to change.
As you can see on the scoreboard, 14-8, the Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling scoreboard. As Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH all season long. It's going to be a handoff. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be Nichols running the wrong direction, and there's a flag. Yep. That's a big loss, but it's who's over there on the tackle? It was Benson? Who was that over there?
Ian Case, I think.
No, it was smaller than Case.
It was 8-something.
I think it was Connor Benson, number 8.
Gotcha.
Be a face mask on the Bombers. And I said Hogue. Maybe it was number 5. I didn't think it was number 5, but it could have been. But it's going to be a spot of the foul penalty there. They're going to mark it from the 50. Personal foul, face mask, Bombers. From the 50, it'll be at the 35-yard line. It's not an automatic first down, but it will be 1st and 9.
So they got the ball basically where they would have at the start.
Yep, they actually gained a yard through all that.
Camp.
So it's a 9-yard loss for Nichols, but a 15-yard penalty for the Bombers.
Can't make mistakes like those.
And a snap direct to Olson, and I thought he might have been hurt. He kind of took a glancing blow, but he's going to gain. Yep. He's going to gain 6. Actually, it's going to be second, a long 3. Second, a long 3 here for the Ducks, and just like that, you get them behind the sticks, and you make one mistake, Tegan, and they're right back in manageable territory.
3 yards, cloud of dust. That's how they're going to win this game. And that's why, if they do win this game, that'll be the only reason why.
I formation, handoff to the fullback. Not much doing that time. Is it number 14? No, it was Olson. It was Olson on the carry. He's going to go for 2 yards, 3rd and 1.
Gain of 2 yards. It's 3rd down and 2.
You see on that play why he didn't get so many yards? James Meredith stood his ground, got in his gap, and was able to block up that hole. He was only able to bump it off to the right side, and that's where the linebacker goes.
This has been quarterback sneak territory the entire time. You take a shot here. You haven't thrown the ball all game. You take a shot here?
No. Macomb's cornerbacks are way too good.
Bombers go off sides, and that time it's not going to be on the Ducks. It's going to be a first down by penalty. 20 yards in penalties in this drive for the Bombers, and they give a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line for the Ducks.
This is not what you want to see if you're a Macomb fan right now. Not to say that Havana is good. Isn't good. They've gotten off to a 3-game win streak so far, and they're riding a lot of momentum going into this game. They think they can beat Macomb.
Momentum and confidence are big things, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And you'll see it. You can see a 3-6 team beat
Olson on the carry, and he's going to go across the 20 down to about the 19-yard line. Gain of about 3 to bring up second down and 7.
But as I was saying, you can see a 3-6 team beat a team that's 9-0.
3-yard gain on Olson for Olson. He's had a good game thus far.
Yep, 12 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown so far.
So the Bombers are in a fight here early in this one anyway. We're second quarter action. Oh, I forgot to push the second quarter. Tyler Cummins is not staying up on the game for me here. Second quarter action, and we should be about halfway through it by now. And it's going to be Barner, and he's going to go close to a first down.
Snap taken by Braden Barner.
No, excuse me. He's only down to the 15. He's got to get down to the 12. Ladd on the stop. A gain of 3.
It's third down and 4.
Third and 4, gain of 3.
That's where you got to stop them. You got to blow up that center, and if you do that, you force them to pass.
So see if the Bombers can make something happen here. Defensively, they've had a bunch of success offensively taken. The defense has not been able to do much thus far.
Yeah, so far they only had 2 TFLs, but 1 was negated by a penalty, so technically only 1.
Handout's going to go to Olson and he's going to be close to a first down. It's going to be, and they wave the clock stopped here. We'll see if they give him a first down or not. They will. It's going to be a gain of 4. And it's 1st and 10 at the 11 or 12-yard line. Looks like first about the 12, so 1st and 10 at the 12 of the Bombers. Clock running now here in the second quarter.
I think they got
another marker down.
Yeah, I think it was a legal formation on the offense.
And another 5-yard penalty.
Flag against Havana for false start.
A false start, and it's first and 15 again. Dustin Thornton. Dustin Thornton saying maybe the Ducks showing the blueprint to the playoff teams of how to beat the Bombers. Make the defense stay on the field and don't turn the ball over. I guess that's probably they think that's been the blueprint all season long, as most teams have not been able to do it. The Ducks are having success at it right now. 1st and 15. Olson bobbles the snap, gathers it back up. He's going to go inside the 15 to about the 11-yard line. See where they mark it here.
Gain of 5, I think they're saying.
Gain of 5 yards. Second down and 10.
It is a gain of 5, 2nd and 10, so it's right back to where they started from. Tyler Cummings says he's being quiet because they have a dang good game. Bombers' offense is on point. Bombers' D needs to step up with the penalties. Yeah, that 15-yarder is huge in this drive right now, Tegan.
Not to mention, if you don't get the penalty there, they go back about 20 and 2nd and 20, 2nd and 25.
Instead of 1st and 9, right?
Yeah.
Here, Barner up under center, I formation, and now another. Havana is going to take the timeout, the first timeout of the half. This game being brought to you tonight by McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell, Macomb, provide expert help to Bomber student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mandbfurnitureinc.com. You can also call them at 309-772-2111. After the timeout, we're coming back, and good game thus far, and the Ducks trying to make something happen here as they have a third down now in less than 10. Barner under center, takes the snap. Handoff's going to go to Olson, right up the middle. Bombers are there, but he's moving the pile forward. He just keeps moving his legs. A gain of about 3 yards on the carry, and it's going to bring 4th down and short for the Ducks inside the Bomber 10-yard line, about the 9. It's going to bring 4th down and 4. Am I off a down here? I can't see the demo.
Yeah, it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Gain of 3 yards. It's 3rd down and 7.
It's 3rd and 7 for the Ducks. 3:20. You might have heard our friends from Q98.1 tell the time. We can't see it from where we're sitting, so we apologize for that, folks. But here's the snap. Going to go to Barner. Trying to get the Bombers to jump off. Gets the hard count. Cuts it upfield. He's going to go very little, if anywhere, on the carry. Bombers on to stop. Lindsey May and others there on the stop. Sprinkle there as well. And no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 7 for the Ducks at the 9-yard line of the Bombers.
The Ducks kind of got lucky on that one. It seemed that the offensive line sort of jumped before the ball was snapped, so it was good that they didn't get called. But this is the stop that Macomb needs. You need to get it right here. You have enough timeouts to go out down the field and score again. You have to stop them here.
This is probably the biggest play of the game thus far, wouldn't you say?
Yep, I would say so.
Barner and Olson alone in the backfield. 3 wide receivers near side, and Havana is going to take another timeout. Their 2nd timeout of the half. And we'll take a break as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live. A big 4th down coming when Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back to Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And a huge play for both teams here. The Bombers lead 14-8, and the Bombers, as we approach the end of this first half, the Bombers can get a stop here. It's huge because the Ducks get the ball first in the second half.
Yeah, that's true. I think the Ducks might pass here. They only have 7 plays that they only have 4 plays that they gained enough yards to get a first down here. So I think they're going to end up passing.
Barner in the shotgun. Olson just moved, and they're going to throw the flag. A false start as Olson leaned forward, and the Bombers started pointing it out. And the referee didn't throw the flag until the Bombers pointed it out, but that's going to make it a lot harder 4th down play. 4th down and 12 after the 5-yard penalty for the Ducks.
Yeah, and it seems like they actually were going to pass, but now Macomb definitely knows that this is a passing situation. So now Dave Wilson can call the play that he wants to get his cornerbacks and safeties to where he wants them. The defensive line has to put some pressure on the quarterback here, and the linebackers have to make it hard for the wide receivers to catch the ball.
Barner going to take the snap. He rolls right, looking to throw. He does throw into the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete as the receiver went to the front pylon, and Barner threw it to the deep par line. It's incomplete. 1st and 10 Bombers at their own 12-yard line.
That's just some miscommunication there. If that play happens again and they talk over it again, that's probably a touchdown, but unfortunately, plays like that happen.
Game being brought to you by Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition mailed directly to your home every Friday. And you can also catch the weekly Monday and Wednesday editions on their website. So make sure you check that out. As here we go. Bombers going to try and get a 2-score advantage here. Duncan's going to take the snap as he's got wide receivers near and far, 2 of them to the far side. Duncan now in the shotgun. Drops back, looks left. Now he's going to pump fake. He's going to roll left, and he's got some running room. He's across the 20, 25, 30, and out of bounds, and a late hit. No flag, though, and that was right in the mug of Jack Duncan. It was Olson that came and laid one on him. A 20-yard run for Jack Duncan. And the Bombers have it 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Olsen seemed to got a little bit chippy with the Macomb sideline. I saw they got in one of the faces of the players. I think that was James Meredith. Olsen probably thinks here that he's the best player on the field.
So Duncan now, and Jaden Jones gets the shovel pass, and he's going to run it outside. He's got running room around the right side, 40, 45, 50, 55, 40, and it pushed out of bounds. Barely got pushed out of bounds. Couldn't see who that was on the far side, possibly pushing Jaden Jones out of bounds from the 32.
I think that was number
15, Odom maybe. I couldn't tell for sure, but Jones is going to go 18, 23, 26 yards on the pass, and a sports corner first down for the Bombers.
And this is why Macomb's deadly, because if you give up a drive on offense for the other side, they'll just score on you.
And that's a pass to the near side to Langdon Allen, a little screen pass to the wide receiver. They saw that work earlier in the game, but that time it's incomplete. And the Bombers have a 2nd down and 10 from the 42-yard line of the Ducks.
Where they're at right now is 4th down territory for them, so this is just a play that they got to forget. They still got 3 more chances to get that first down there.
3 wide receivers near side. Braden Holdhouse the widest to the left. Here's going to be Duncan throwing to Langdon Allen. He breaks one guy miss, and he's going to get a sports corner or close to a sports corner first down. I think they're going to give it to him. We'll see. They are moving to change. A 10-yard pass for a sports corner first down through the air. Langdon Allen, his 2nd catch. He's got 21 yards receiving, 66 yards unofficially for Jack Duncan, and they go right back to the line of scrimmage. Jack Duncan now, as Jaden Jones is going to take the shovel pass again, and this time nothing doing. A great play in the backfield by number 52 for the Ducks. It's McGuire Martindale, the junior defensive lineman, and a timeout charge to the Bombers, and they lose big on the shovel pass that time. That's the first time we've seen the Bombers lose any ground on the shovel pass, and it's a loss of 5.
Deanne read that play well. I mean, when you feel something coming off the edge, you often sort of like, I have to stay in my gap, but if he's running this way, I kind of anticipate what he's going to do. So what the defensive lineman, there it is, ran right in front of him, and there was nothing else that he could do. He just got wrapped up and went down.
Game being brought to you by King Family Chiropractic. King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, supports Macomb Bomber athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That's 6932. They also perform DOT and CDL physicals. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15, short 16 for the Bombers. Handoff's going to go to Reiner. He bounces it outside. He's not going to break much. Barner's there for the tackle. Reiner, a short gain.
There's 1:19 I think I saw on the clock, so Macomb's probably going to end up going into hurry
no
up
gain,
here.
actually. Actually, he loses 1, does Reiner.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 16.
They moved it back. It's 3rd and 16 now. Duncan's going to take the snap from the 42-yard line. He's going to look downfield. He's got Langdon Allen open. First down catch. He breaks the tackle, and he's in. A 32-yard, no, it makes that, scratch that, a 38-yard touchdown pass to Langdon Allen from Jack Duncan. 38-yard.
Can't stop BT.
Can't stop BT.
Like we've said before, these Macomb wide receivers are dangerous. No matter what, they will beat you.
A Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers. And a big touchdown because that puts them on serve and ahead of serve, actually, as it's going to be Duncan now going to take the snap. And the pitch is going to go to Langdon Allen. No, it's not. It's Brayton Holdhouse. It's JT Jeter. Couldn't see the number. I saw a 1. It's going to be JT Jeter on the 2-point conversion. It's 22-8 with 45 seconds remaining in the first half. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Right after this, Bombers lead 22-8.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back. It's I put one too many sixes on there, folks. I apologize. It's 22-6. Bombers, or 22-8, excuse me. Bombers with the lead over the Ducks, and they're going to kick it off with 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. Dustin Thornton says, dang, this offense is explosive, and he's absolutely right. And a little squib kick. A nice job of recovering that. It took a big hop. That's a lineman down there, number 71, Landon Duckweiler. And, man, what a job of hopping up and grabbing that ball. That could have been catastrophic, Tegan, for the Ducks.
Who says linemen don't have hands? Who says that?
Yeah, right. That was a great snag out of the air. You got to give him some props for that for sure. The Ducks now with one timeout at the 49-yard line on their side of the 50 as they have a chance to see if they can get something going here. And they do get the ball first in the second half, but they are down by 2 scores. Yeah, Dustin Thornton, what a snag, big fella. That's absolutely right. That was a great catch. Now a timeout as somebody's –
I think that's the trainer running across the field. Someone might be
officials timeout, so they are running across the field as Tegan said. Looks like the trainer running across. Somebody over there as they're going to take the snap here. That's going to be – that was almost a false start, and they are going to call it another 5-yard penalty as Olsen started rolling forward again before the snap.
Olsen, I think, has been credited for all the false starts so far. Every single time, it seems like he just anticipates the run right away, and he doesn't wait till the snap's done. So that's going to be kind of an issue going forward that they're going to have to talk to.
It's going to bring up 1st and 15 again, and they've seen that a lot. They haven't had a whole lot of problems with it, per se, but they've seen it a lot here tonight, Tegan.
Yeah, I think all 5 of their penalties besides one.
Well, that came on 4th down.
Yeah, was false starts. So,
and they all came on 1st down, I think, except for the one.
Yeah.
Except for the one on 4th down, they all came on 1st down. So, the Ducks kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here. Some key penalties, not big penalties, but key penalties at inopportune times. And Barner now back in the shotgun. In motion goes Eli Olsen. Barner's going to throw down left side, and wide open is the defense for the Bombers. Back there on the pick is Braden. Who is that there? I'm going to say before I say it again. Is that Holthouse? That's Langdon Allen. BT doing it all tonight, and the Bombers with a chance to throw it to the end zone a couple times, if nothing else, and see if they can do something. He's got an interception and a touchdown pass. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 Bombers at the 36-yard line. Now there's a couple avenues of thought here. 30 seconds or so left.
Got all 3 timeouts.
32.2 seconds left, and do you go for the jugular again, or do you not want to risk anything already up by 2 scores?
Go for the jugular.
And there's Allen on the – and he can't get out of bounds. Langdon Allen, it's going to go for a short gain, and the Bombers are going to take a timeout. It's a gain of 3.
Macomb's the type of team to not take any team lightly. They will make sure that they have a comfortable lead. For them, 2 scores ain't good enough. They want to be up by 3 scores, 4 scores. Only then will they'll be like, you know what, we're good. We're going to ease back a little bit.
And Lindsey May checks in. Braden Holthouse comes out. Well, now Braden Holthouse turns back around. We'll see what they're going to do here. Interesting to see if they try to go deep downfield. That was a bubble screen there. Not really a bubble screen. It was about a 5-yard pass on a little hitch to the flanker, more or less. But I wonder, you just have to think that they're going to go downfield once, or try to at least.
They want to. I guarantee you that every single wide receiver and quarterback on there wants coach to be like, hey, throw me downfield. I guarantee you I'll get that touchdown. But we'll just have to see.
Lindsey Mays, a wingback, blocking on the right side. Duncan's going to throw it downfield. He's got a wide receiver open. It's crossed the 50 into territory of the Ducks. It's a pass to J.T. Jeter. It's a 13-yard completion. And a snap to the ground, or an incomplete pass as he clocks it. A clock. I'll get it up. He spiked it, whatever I was trying to do to say. As our friends from 98.1 trying to figure it out, too. We don't get to call that very often in this deal.
I thought Macomb still had all 3 timeouts. Well, 2 timeouts at the beginning, but apparently they don't have. Oh.
The bag blew over the camera there for a second, folks.
8 seconds to go. Is Havana going to call timeout now?
Their last timeout. So this game being brought to you by Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there is limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. This game also being brought to you tonight by Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. Open April through October. That means their season is about to come to an end. They have all kinds of great fresh produce all summer long, and they have great fall goodies and pumpkins available right now. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. So here we go. Just about 10 seconds on the clock. The Bombers going to see what they can do here. Throws the screen, and that's kind of a surprise with the amount of time that was left. And they're going to take a timeout. So they wanted to get a little closer for a Hail Mary kind of pass here. Is another timeout. As Macomb will be down to 1 timeout, but the 2.5 seconds or so left, not a whole lot of time there. So this will probably be the last play of the half.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this now. Don't expect the defensive players for Havana to rush here. They're probably going to send 5-6 defenders back towards the end zone at least. That's something that Macomb would probably do, but no, Havana may think, you know what? I think we can attempt something here.
We'll see what the Bombers have up their sleeve and see if it's anything that they are going to try for something for the end. You do see the defense is it's an umbrella defense back there, and there's 2 very deep safeties. The cornerbacks are deep, and the linebackers coming out to cover the wide receivers, and Duncan's going to be back in the shotgun. He's not really looking for what he wanted there, and they're going to hand off to Reiner around right side, and Reiner's going to get stopped at about the 41-yard line.
2 yards. That will conclude the first half of action with the score. Macomb. That ends the first half here at Macomb.
Who was the last pass completed to?
The last pass, I believe, was completed to
was it Jaden Jones?
Yeah, Jaden Jones.
Yeah, we'll give it to him anyway. So that's going to bring the first half to a conclusion here. The Bombers lead 22-8 at the end of the first 30 minutes of play. 2 more quarters to come. Ducks will come out in the second half with the ball first. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back here to Macomb High School. I'm Dwayne Hulett, Tegan Perry alongside John Burton is out on the camera, and I think it finally has stopped raining as John stuck his head up and looked with a smile on his face like maybe it's not raining anymore, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I would say this. I would not like to be the guy filming out there in the rain, but John's actually decided to come in and say hi to us now.
He has. So we're going to play. We played an interview from MDH last week, and it talks a lot about what MDH offers students, whether it be high school students or nursing students, and opportunities to get experience at the local hospital at the local level and see how much you can and will enjoy maybe a profession in the medical field, the nursing field, or otherwise. So we're going to play that interview again this week. Hopefully, if you have any questions, you can call MDH and reach out, be either a volunteer or look for a part-time job. Maybe you can find your new career at MDH.
All right, welcome back. We're here now with Wanda Foster, the Vice President of Nursing and Clinical Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is some of the opportunities that are available at MDH for students, whether they be high school students, Spoon River College students, or Western students. MDH has a lot of opportunities to be involved and to learn, right?
We absolutely do. And we look so forward to having students here. We are a clinical site for Western Illinois University and their bachelor's program for nursing, as well as for Spoon River College nursing students and others that are doing some independent study. We welcome students, and we also encourage high school students. If you would like to learn more about nursing, we would love to meet with you. And there are opportunities at the hospital also where they can apply for jobs here, for positions. So we work closely with our nursing students, and we hope to recruit them and attract them and want to come back.
I know that publicly there's been a shortcoming or a shortage of nurses, right? And I know that every hospital and every nursing home and every clinical place period is searching for nurses. So how important is it for MDH to have these groups work with them, whether it be MDH or be Spoon River College or whatever the case may be? How important is it for MDH to then recruit those nurses to stay here and work as a profession?
It's very important. We want nursing students to feel very comfortable here, to enjoy their clinical experience and their opportunities here. And then we want them to feel very comfortable, to give them a good orientation. We hire new graduates, of course, into our acute care area as well as the intensive care unit. We hire new graduates in the emergency room, in home health and hospice, in our OB department, and our surgery department. These are all areas that new graduates can come into. We certainly give them a robust orientation. No one starts on their own until they feel completely ready. They have a mentor certainly with them, and we want to give them the best start for success that we can. And then there are many areas of specialty they can choose to go into. Nursing is a very unique field. You can work full-time, you can work part-time if you need to take time off for some reason. It's a field that you can kind of step into a little bit more than maybe some other fields in healthcare. We also have scholarships available through our auxiliary, through the hospital, and then once someone is an employee here, we do have some tuition reimbursement. So we will certainly help with that.
And going back to the scholarships and the shortages that are across the board, not necessarily at MDH, but everywhere. Right? So everywhere. This is a profession that you can make a good living at and be pretty sure to have a job, right? So
absolutely.
This is a profession that high schoolers that are playing these sporting events or high schoolers that are watching these sporting events should consider, I would imagine.
Yes, very much so. You will always be assured to have a job, a career in nursing. I hate to call it just a job because you really want someone on that career path who has that passion for caring for people, for providing nursing care. Through your education and through your orientation, we can teach you your skill set. But if you have that passion and the desire to be in the nursing profession, you will do fine.
Yeah, a career and a job, while they might be listed as the same thing, they're really not, correct? I mean, if your career is being a nurse, you're probably going to enjoy it a lot more than if it's a job, right?
That's right. And you don't go into it first and foremost for the money. You go into it because that's what you want to do with your life, and the money certainly will follow.
Yeah, and that goes for anything probably,
yes.
But the nice thing is right now, whether the money's good or bad, there's always going to be a job.
There will.
If you can get through the schooling and you can learn to love what you're doing, there's always going to be a job for you, right?
And it's not something for high school graduates exclusively. We have many people who have made changes midlife. We have people who have retired from their career in one thing and have chosen to go into nursing. So it's open for any age, and we certainly welcome that.
And you mentioned there's different areas of expertise for nurses. People think of that for doctors, but it's really that same way for nurses, right? I mean, you can be a surgical nurse and really become a great surgical nurse, or you can become a great ICU nurse, or you can do all those things.
Yes.
But if you really want to focus on something or be at OB, which you guys have a great OB department here, if that's what you want your focus to be and you really love working with expected and new mothers and young babies, you can do that, right?
You can do that. We also have positions in our MDH physician clinic practices as well. And if you are in nursing and you can choose to specialize in a certain department, you can choose to go on and be a director or a clinical care coordinator. You can go back to school and become a nurse practitioner, become a certified registered nurse anesthetist. You can go many different directions and really as high as to whatever extent in your education you would like to pursue.
Well, Wanda, thanks for coming and talking to us. We greatly appreciate it. I know that there's probably specific places within MDH that they can reach out to, correct? Is there somewhere that they need to call if they're interested?
I would call our human resource department and start there, and then they can help direct and guide you. They can tell you about openings that we currently have. All of our current positions are listed on our MDH website, www.mdh.org. But certainly any positions for high school students, if they would like to start somewhere within the organization or volunteer experience, reach out to Human Resources and they can help direct you.
Well, again, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Macomb High School's Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And we're just discussing here in the press box how great of a guy I am tonight.
Sure.
Giving our friends at 98.1 a place to be in where it's dry, giving John my sweatshirt so that he can take it off when it stopped raining and he'd be dry underneath. I'm all about being nice tonight.
Do you always talk about yourself like that?
I do, John. I'm the only person that ever says I'm nice, so I have to take advantage. I got to get it where I can find it.
Dwayne, you're nice.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, Tegan. I don't care what anybody says about you. Was that a good answer? No?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Let's talk about some stats from the first half. The Bombers led on the ground. I think officially 80 yards. I have him for 79 for Max Reiner on 8 carries, a 51-yard touchdown run. Denzel Cochran didn't carry the ball, actually. Jack Duncan, 23 yards on 2 carries, and those are the only 2 ball carriers for the Bombers tonight. Kind of surprising.
Yeah, we said during the break that I said during the break that I'm surprised Denzel hasn't really gotten a lot of carries yet, because it seems like he would be the type of running back to be able to squeeze through those big offensive line and break off big gains. But maybe they think that Max Reiner is able to take a bunch more hits and be able to bounce off their linemen more. So, whenever it's Max Reiner or Denzel Cochran, you're going to have a stable running back behind there.
The Bombers led in the backfield by Jack Duncan. He's 8 of 11 unofficially for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Jaden Jones, and we may have this messed up, but Jaden Jones, or I may have this messed up because I'm the one who did it. Jaden Jones, 3 catches for 25 yards. JT Jeter, 2 catches for 32 yards. Langdon Allen, 3 catches for 24 yards. And that does add up to 8 catches, so at least I have the right number of catches down there.
For the Ducks over here, they've rushed 26 times and only passed twice. So it's a little bit shocking for for Macomb because they thought they were going to pass a little bit going into this game, but apparently not. I had Braden Berner with 7 carries for 14 yards, Dave Olson for 15 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown, and then Hunter Nichols for 4 carries and -5 yards. And then for Braden Berner, his 2 pass attempts was an incompletion and interception.
So the scoring looked like this. Jack Duncan got the scoring started on a completion to JT Jeter, 19 yards, and a 2-point conversion pass on a great in cut and then out to the corner for Langdon Allen. It was 8-0 Bombers. The Ducks drove the ball down on the Bombers starting defense as well as anybody has all year in their first drive. They took it the length of the field, and Dane Olson scored on a 16-yard run. The 2-point conversion was good as well, and it was 8-8 as Barner got the 2-point conversion run. And then the Bombers answered as Max Reiner rambled 51 yards for the touchdown on the next possession, and the Bombers led with just over a minute to go in the first quarter, 14-8, with a pass failed on the 2-point conversion. The Ducks held the ball for almost the entire second quarter as they drove one drive down the field, and they had numerous penalties from both teams that brought the ball back and moved the ball forward, brought the ball back and moved the ball forward. They actually faced a 4th and 8 and then had another one of those penalties, made it 4th and 13. Then the incomplete pass in the end zone gave the Bombers the ball back, and they drove it right down the field, and Langdon Allen was the recipient of a Jack Duncan touchdown pass from 38 yards out. JT Jeter got the 2-point conversion pass, and with 45 seconds left, that's where we ended the scoring of the first half, and it's 22-8, Bombers with the lead. The Ducks, though, do get the ball back to open the second half.
Well, what the Ducks have to do here is continue what they've been doing on the offensive front. You got to keep on pushing them back, and you got to blow up that middle. Because we've seen earlier today, James, there's been times where he's able to get through the line and get a great tackle for loss, but then there's also been times where he's been getting a lot of pushback and hasn't been able to take the running back down. This game will rely between the center and the nose tackle, and whoever wins that battle is going to win this football game.
We'll take another quick break before we come back for the second half here from Macomb High School's Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling is bringing Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential. with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to Macomb High School's Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling, bringing Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Dwayne Hulett, Tegan Perry alongside, and John Burton on the camera out front. Hopefully you're enjoying the view, and there's a lot less raindrops here.
Yeah.
This
will be a complete tonal shift from earlier. At first it was very sloppy, a lot of mistakes very early on, but now the rain has kind of gone away, and it seems that both teams are going to come out a lot cleaner, a lot fresh now that the rain has stopped constantly pouring on them. So we're going to have to see if the football gets better or worse for either team.
The other games on our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel right now, Milledgeville beating Ridgewood in 8-man football 44-0 at last check. And Knoxville is defeating Abington Avon 21-7 at last check. Those games all available on TSSR Game Time Live and our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel. The game being brought to you tonight by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. It's Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all area TSSR Game Time Live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. In the background, you can probably hear a little something.
Hey, welcome to the jungle, baby. We got fun and games.
Guns and Roses, and Tegan is sitting beside me dancing it up, folks. If only we had a camera to show you that. I apologize that we don't.
I don't think they want to see that.
Looks like Drew Watson getting ready to kick off again for the Bombers as he's asking coaches where they want to send the ball, I do believe, and he's got it angled. It looks like it's going to come near side. And let's talk back about the snag by Landon Duckweiler after the last touchdown for the Bombers, number 71. You can't see him on the screen right now as it's focused on Watson, but he's the outside guy outside the 50 for the Ducks on the near side of the field, and he had a heck of a catch on the last onside kick attempt.
Yeah, he's putting the lineman on the map out there with that great catch. That might have been the best catch of the night. BT, I'm looking for a
little more forward this time. And guess who, folks? Landon Duckweiler there on the recovery again. They need to put him in at tight end or something.
Put him in at wide receiver, coach.
Put him in, coach. He's ready to play. 1st and 10 Ducks at the 40-yard line as he tracked it down and got his hands on it. Went through about 4 or 5 Ducks before he came from all the way out near the sideline to get it inside the yard markers at the 40. It's 1st and 10 Ducks as we're starting the second half here as it's third quarter action.
And I'll tell you what exactly went through his head. Should I run it? No, coach is going to yell at me. Get down.
Dustin Thornton says he got it again. Yes, he did, Dustin. You're exactly right. And there's a little, and again, breaking a few tackles is Barner, or Olsen? Olsen, and gets the carry. It's going to go for a gain of 3. It's 2nd down and 7, but he was hit at the line of scrimmage, Tegan, and he broke a couple tackles and got a positive gain out of nothing.
Yeah, that's one of the best qualities you can have as a running back, and we see it with Max Reiner, the ability to say, no, I don't want to go down today.
Dustin Thornton, I think he's already on the hands team, buddy. Not real sure, but he's got the last 2. He'd be on there if he wasn't. Now it's going to be another direct snap. We'll see who it's to. It's going to be to Olsen again. He bounces outside, and this time not a whole lot. He keeps his feet moving, though. Going to go for maybe a gain of a yard. Nope.
You might have
no
lost
gain.
one.
No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Ducks, and the Bombers defense maybe seen something at the half the coaches were able to talk up, and a little more success here early in half number 2.
Yeah, it also comes down to the linemen and linebackers possibly reading the running back size where he wants to go, because sometimes that can really fool you, and that's why they always say keep your eyes up, because sometimes you can get away with looking away to the side and then running towards another area.
Coming near side, Eli Olsen running late to the outside receiver on the right side, near side, and Olsen again, and he's going to go across the 45.
I don't. This is a hard choice.
Gain of 3, 4th down and 3 for the. It was a gain of 4. It was a gain of 4. It's going to be 4th down and 3 from the 47.
I don't.
Sorry about that. I apologize.
I was going to say I don't know if you go for this or not, because if you do and you don't get it, that's basically.
Well, I think there's two things. They haven't stopped the Bombers yet, essentially. So you have to score every time you touch the ball. And when you're 4th and 5 or less near midfield, you probably have to go for it here. And a weird formation is 2 up backs, and they're going to get a false start on everybody but the offensive line, including the quarterback.
Yeah. Now you got to punt.
Another 5-yard penalty. It's going to bring up 4th down and 8. Now they may punt it. We'll see if they do, though. They may. I mean, I think you're in a position against the Bombers is you probably feel like the Bombers can score, right? So it doesn't matter if you give it to them at the 42 or if you give them to them at their own 20, they're going to score. So it's more about whether you can keep the ball and make something happen. But they do send a couple players in, and it may well be a punt like you talked about, and it is going to be a punt.
Those penalties are killer for them.
John is missing the fact that there's a punter back there. There's the punt. It's going to be a short punt. It's partially blocked, I think, but it's going to get a good roll, and it's going to go down inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Bombers at their own 37-yard line. I think it was partially blocked. Eli Olson downs it.
Yep, and this is what Macomb does, and this is what we like to call the graveyard. See a little bit of fog out there. Think a little bit of preemption. They wanted to put the nail in the coffin here. They're wanting to seal this game up.
Duncan going to take the snap, hands off to Reiner. Reiner up the middle, not much there. He's going to go maybe for a gain of 1. No gain on the play, I don't think. And the fog is rolling in a smidge. You can see it on the camera there. Nope, no gain. 2nd down and 10.
Almost looks like smoke a little bit, but.
Hey, we had the same thing at Elmwood Brimfield. Remember that early in the game, and it cleared out very quickly. I mean, if this is fog, I don't see it clearing out tonight, though. We'll see what happens. Duncan drops back, throws deep downfield. He's got a wide open receiver. It's Langdon Allen. He sidesteps one. He breaks another tackle. He stepped out of bounds. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he stepped out of bounds. He would have went if he had not have stepped out of bounds from the 32-yard line. Or from the 37-yard line, excuse me, down to the 11. A 39 is 39 plus 13, as he said.
Fans not liking that. They did not like that.
52-yard completion. A Sports Corner 1st down. And Reiner is in for an 11-yard touchdown run for the Bombers. What a run for Max Reiner, and the Bombers have another touchdown.
It's a hold. Nope, no touchdown.
Nope, they call a hold?
Yep.
See where they mark it from here and see if it's a 10-yard penalty.
It's on Ethan Ladd. He patted his chest. He's like, that's on me. That'll be on the 27.
Actually an 11-yard penalty.
Yeesh, that is.
1st down and 21.
1st down and 21.
Yep. Macomb's going to take a shot towards the end zone here. This is what they like to do.
He's going to try and get some ground here. Not a lot of success for Duncan. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and even longer from the 22. And he's all the way back to the 25. A loss of 3.
Yep. Snap just got a little bit too high there. That's a uncommon snap from Ethan Ladd, but it's one and done.
2nd down and about 24 for the Bombers. Fog still following them down the field a little bit here. Looks clearer behind them. And a flanker screen again. It's going to be out to Langdon Allen. He makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss, and he's going to be hammered at about the 20-yard line. A gain of 4.
Well, technically this is second down. Well, no, this is second down for Macomb because they'll probably end up going for it on 4th regardless of what happens.
3rd down and 20.
Yeah. 4 down territory for Macomb.
Duncan trying to get the play in here. Bombers had a touchdown. It got called back on a hold, and it's been going backwards ever since. Duncan's got a wide receiver open, and it's going to be a touchdown pass to J.T. Jeter. A 21-yard touchdown pass to J.T. Jeter. No flags this time, and the Bombers get the touchdown.
I'd like to say I think the fog helped with the touchdown a little bit. I feel like once it got in the end zone, the fog was like, you know what, let him get a touchdown too.
Langdon Allen is in for the 2-point conversion. And the Bombers open it up a little bit more, add 8 to it. It's 30-8. Bombers with the lead. We'll take a break and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just a couple seconds.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Welcome back to Macomb High School. Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Bombers sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as the Bombers get the touchdown and 2-point conversion. They lead 30-8.
It seems like the fog's coming back again.
It's just following the Bombers wherever they go, it seems like.
Is the fog the 12th man on the field?
Not real sure. Gonna try it again. That one's way too short. It's not. It goes 3 yards, and finally Cochran is going to just touch it, and it was rolling and rolling. They
didn't want to kick the 71. That's what's happening. They realize that he's a menace on kick return. They don't want to kick to him.
Maybe they just didn't want to kick to the 7 to Duckweiler. It's 1st and 10 Ducks at the Bomber 43-yard line after the unsuccessful onside kick attempt.
Yeah.
Barner back in at quarterback.
Yeah. They'll probably just keep on doing their same offense. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if this drive doesn't work, you have to start making some adjustments because actually you might have to make adjustments now because
I formation. Barner hands off. Olson on the carry. He's going to go for a gain of about 5. Gain of 5. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Ducks from the 38-yard line. The Ducks have their first successful offensive play of the second half. And it's going to be got one wide near and far. H-back's in the near side. And it's going to be Barner on the carry. And he's going to go for a couple-yard gain. Big hit there. Carter Hogue and friends. Ethan Ladd is there as well. Going to go him to the short of the 35, a gain of 2. Barner's going to bring his team to a 3rd down and 3 now after the gain of 2 for Barner.
Yeah, I was going to say this earlier, but there's a lot of mean people on the football field, but whenever you go up against Carter Hogue, nothing in my mind will say to me that he is not the meanest person on that field. He will make sure that he knows where you are to him.
Olson is dropped in the backfield.
Max Reiner.
Reiner and Ladd there, and it's no gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3.
No gain. So it'll be 4th and 3 for the Ducks.
The Bombers' defense definitely playing better here in the second half.
Yeah, They're second, as they may have hadn't gotten really big leads at first, but they really are a second half team. They are really great at making second half adjustments and making sure that they don't go down and score. Because that's what we saw during the Elmwood Brimfield game. Oh, they might get a delay a game here if they don't hurry up soon.
Yeah, Barner's going to have to run out. They got to be getting close. Watch the official at the back, see if he starts waving his arm. He is not yet. There it comes. So they got about 4 seconds to get the snap off. And they're going to take a timeout. Ducks have to take the timeout. And this game being brought to you tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, by Tom Conklin State Farm. Face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get a quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salads, sandwiches, homemade desserts, and Blue Bunny ice cream, and they have a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast is served all day long, and they offer free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. And Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. Barner back under center again. He's going to throw left. He's got an open receiver. It's through his hands, and it's incomplete. It went right through Olson's hands, of the Eli variety, I believe, out there. It was, and it's incomplete. A turnover on downs to the Bombers. 1st and 10 Bombers, their own 36-yard line.
That's just, you got to catch that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to come down with that pass.
That's a first down right there on the incompletion, but it was a first down if he just gets his hands on it, keeps it in his hands, I should say, went right through him.
Well, now it's the Macomb show now. They get to play their game. Havana got to play their game for a little bit, but now.
Reiner on the handoff. He's got right side. He's got some running room. He's going to bounce it way outside. Oh, what a tackle. Oh, no, he's going to break that tackle. Across the 50, 40, 40, 35, and a first down, a Sports Corner first down to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 29 yards on the carry.
I don't know what to say. Like, a part of me is amazed at how Max Reiner is just such a great running back, but a part of me is just used to it. I expect greatness from him now.
29-yard run, a 1st and 10 after the Sports Corner first down for the Bombers, and it's going to be Reiner again on the carry. This time a little, and they blow it dead.
Think timeout?
Illegal procedure. Yep. False start on the Bombers. Another penalty. 36 yards in penalties now on 4 penalties. 1st and 15 for the Bombers.
So the Bombers come to the line of scrimmage.
Oh.
2 running backs.
Langdon Allen one-on-one again.
And handoff's going to go to Reiner. He gets outside the defense, across the 40, 35, 30, makes a tackle, and he's down to about the 25-yard line. He's going to be very close to a first down. It's going to be a gain of 14. And he's up to 116 yards unofficially on 11 carries.
Max Reiner's so good. I don't know what words to put to justice of how good he is as an overall football player.
Duncan going to take the up, and I think they just got the Ducks to jump off sides. Number 82.
No, 62.
62?
Jake Lawson.
And they are offside. It's going to bring up a Sports Corner first down by penalty. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bombers at the 21-yard line. Duncan's going to take it too far, too near. Hand off to Reiner, up the middle. And a good tackle that time, and that's number 55 on the stop, Bryce Willing. And it's going to be a short gain of 3. It's going to be second down and 7.
3 minutes to go in the quarter.
Chainsaw 76 is wondering about the coaching and calling the onside kick of 30-8. They do that pretty much every time. They squib or that. There's the shovel pass to Langdon Allen. He's going to get a sports corner first down inside the 10 from the 18. See where they mark it at. It's going to be first and goal Bombers after the sports corner first down. It's a 10-yard gain. Langdon Allen's got 90 yards receiving on 6 receptions now.
Drew Watson's coming in. He's going one-on-one. I think a pass might be coming his way.
Lindsey May beside Duncan. The deep setback is going to be Reiner. Handoff's going to go to Reiner, and he's going to plow it right up the middle, and he'll go for a positive yardage. Not a big gain, but it's going to be a gain of a couple. We'll see where they mark it. From the 8 down to the 6. Yep, a gain of 2 for Reiner. Second down and goal from the 6 for the Bombers. 2 setbacks, 1 to each side. Duncan's going to throw left now, and it's going to be into the hands
Connor Watson.
of Watson. Drew Watson. You said it was going to come to Drew Watson, and you were right. He had his touchdown, and he didn't catch it.
You got to catch it. Just
third and goal at the 6 now.
But that's freshman stuff. Get a little bit nervous. I mean, he's played varsity for most of the time, but still you get a little bit nervous sometimes.
3 wides near, 1 far. Lone setback beside Duncan is Reiner.
We're talking to Jack right now.
He's going to drop back to pass, left or right side on the through the hands of JT Jeter. Incomplete. 4th and goal at the 6. 2 passes that have been on the money for Jack Duncan, and they have went through the hands of Watson and JT Jeter. You don't hear that very often.
Yeah, but, I mean, those can be, like I said, those can be fixed. JT, just sometimes you don't get the hands in the right place, and it just bops out of them.
Bombers going to try a 4th and goal at the 6. This would be a huge stop for the Ducks, and a timeout's going to be called by the Bombers. We'll take one as well and be back as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to Macomb High School as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling bringing Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. The Bombers lead 30-8, facing 4th down and goal at the 6-yard line, and they've had 2 touchdown passes dropped on the previous 2 plays.
Yeah, just stuff like that happens. Macomb's a great team, but they're not perfect. We've saw that so far. They looked like a mortal team in the first half. So they're going to make a couple mistakes, but at the very end, they'll probably get it in here. So
here's Duncan. We'll see if you're right. He looks right, or looks left, rolls left. On the run, he's going to try to get in. He cannot. He's going to be stopped at the 5-yard line. Coming up is Nichols to make the stop, and from behind, chasing him down was number 55, Bryce Willing, as Hunter Nichols came up to stop him. A gain of 1 for Duncan, and it's a turnover on downs to the Ducks at their own 5-yard line, as the Bombers had the opportunities but just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah. I don't want to say to count anything out, but it's going to take a little bit of luck to get back in the game if you're Havana.
Down by 22. 3 scores minimum here. They have to. The problem is not only you have to score 3 times, you got to keep the Bombers from scoring, and they did it there. It wasn't for a lack of chances for the Bombers, and it's going to be a short run, a gain of 1 for Barner, I do believe. Nope, Olson on the carry. He'll get a gain of 1 and bring up second down and 9 from the 6.
Gain of 2 yards. Second down and 8.
1:20 left on the clock.
I called it a gain of 1. They might have called it officially a gain of 2, but it's the third quarter getting ready to come to an end here, and it'll be fourth quarter action, and the Bombers playing 4 quarters tonight, and they lead 30-8 here as we approach the end of quarter number 3.
This, like we said in the past, this hasn't really been Macomb's greatest game, but it doesn't matter if you can get the win.
Nichols on the carry, and a big tackle there by Max Reiner. It's going to be a gain of 1 or 2, gain of 2 for Nichols, and it's going to bring up third down and 7. 3rd and 7 at the 9-yard line now, or at the 8-yard line, excuse me.
And this is the second half adjustment that comes in. They've stopped them for minimal game. 1-2 yards. This is the type of stuff that you want to see if you're Macomb.
Let's see if they are able to get another play off. We're under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be Barner taking a snap. Rolls, looks rough. It's popped up in the air, and an interception. It's Ethan Ladd. Ethan Ladd catches the deflection, and it's a turnover. An interception for Ethan Ladd at the Ducks' 15-yard line, and tip drill works out for the Bombers.
That's an offensive lineman catching.
And that's the end of the third quarter. That's how it ends. The Bombers get the interception, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Bombers at the Ducks' 15 when we come back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, with fourth quarter action brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Macomb High School's Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling, bringing TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, coverage of Macomb High Bomber football. And Ethan Ladd are actually going to call that 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. It was 5 yards farther out than I thought. I apologize, folks. But Duncan's going to take snap. Handoff's going to go to Denzel Cochran, and he's going to be brought down by Barner in the background as he kind of hesitated, and he's going to lose 3 on the play. He's out past the 21. See where they marked that at. I thought it was – they moved it forward. Yeah, we'll give him a loss of 2. Is it 22? We'll give him a loss of 3. I thought it was a loss of 3. It's going to bring up second down and 13. And pitch is going to go to Jaden Jones, and he's going to be bottled up. And a loss of 3. See where they mark it at here. If they give him forward possession.
I know he lost yardage on that play.
He loses 3.
But the fact that it took 5 people to take him down should show how deadly and how much Jaden Jones can just break out of anything. And Havana is taking – oh, one person didn't have his shoe tied.
I'm going to send 62 off. For whatever reason, that's Jake Lawson. I'm not sure why they sent him off, but the officials sent him off. And he's not tying his shoe or nothing. I don't know if they were concerned about his well-being or what, but they sent him off. Well, they are going to tie his shoe down there, it looks like. You were right.
Yeah, whenever someone looks down at your shoes, that's the look down of shame.
Duncan going to drop back. Got a deep corner route. It's not a good throw. Jeter came back to try and get it, and it's going to be incomplete.
That might have been a little bit of PI on JT Jeter there. He kind of just pushed him forward.
Yeah, he kind of turned. It could have been offensive pass interference. That's incomplete.
But they might have thought, you know what, it's uncatchable. It's out of both the defender and the wide receiver's reach. So
4th and 16 for the Bombers, and they're going to try to go for it again here. And the Ducks defense has responded for 2 times now in a row if they can keep them out of the end zone here.
Linebackers got a little bit of the jitters right now.
We went from an all-offensive game to an all-defensive game all of a sudden as Duncan now. 3 wide receivers far side. He's going to drop back, looks right, steps up in the pocket. Now he rolls right. He's going to try to find throw downfield. It's incomplete. Went through the hands of Langdon Allen. And the clock is stopped. See if it's probably going to be declined if it's declinable. It is a hold, and they'll probably decline that. Bring it up 1st and 10 Ducks at the 25-yard line. It is declined. Turnover on downs to the Ducks, and they'll turn it back and try to go the other direction. So after all of that, it's a 20-yard positive change for the Ducks.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Your bread and butter isn't going to work here. You may have all 3 timeouts, but the way that you get down the field isn't going to be quick enough. You have to pass, and their passing game hasn't been great, so they have to find something that works, and they have to throw the football.
It is the 4th quarter here, and not a lot of offense here in the second half. The Bombers have drove down the field a couple times. We only got 1 touchdown. Now the pitch is going to go to Nichols, and deep. He's running around right side, and he gets around the corner barely, but he gets there, and he's going to go for a gain of 3 or 4. Give him a gain of 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
And the clock's still rolling.
Lindsey May from his inside linebacker position chased him all the way to the sideline and got the tackle.
When playing in practice with him, he was one of the first people to always get the ball in pursuit. If we're not counting the cornerbacks, which were very close, he was always first. And that's something that people really undervalue about this team. Their pursuit to the ball is amazing.
Full house backfield. The direct snaps goes to Nichols, the only one that didn't have his hands up. He's going to get 2 yards. Reiner and Ladd and others are there. Ian Case is there as well. A gain of 2 or 3. We'll see where they mark it at. All the way out to the 32. It will be a gain of 3 for Nichols. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Yep. They got to start throwing, because if they want to have a chance in this game, this running isn't going to work. It's already there's already 9 minutes on the clock, so
9:15 remaining. I just heard our friends at 98.1 say. So it's just over 9 minutes remaining here, and it's 30-8 Bombers. And Havana trying to make something happen. Barner is going to roll right. He's on the run. He's going to have a 1st down. He's out across. No, it was Olsen, excuse me, not Barner. From the 32 out to the 37, a gain of 5 for Olsen and a 1st down for the Ducks. You know, you've got to give them credit. They've had success against the Bombers. They just, that one or two big plays has been a difference in the game.
Yeah, their 2 interceptions really have been the reason why they haven't gone too well. I mean, I guarantee you, but those were.
Barner's going to drop back to pass. Looks right. He's got a receiver open. It's underthrown. He comes back to get the catch, and a flag comes down. That's going to be offensive pass interference on Eli Olsen, I do believe. He pushed the Bombers defender to come back to the play. I think it's going to be a offensive pass interference. We'll see if that's what they call it. It's all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Bombers, but Eli Olsen came through and just pulled the Bomber defender. If he'd have came through the defender to get to the ball, it would have been one thing, but he came around the defender and threw the defender by to get the pass, and that's the difference.
Yeah, as a wide receiver, sometimes the best thing you can do is just run through him like you pretend that he wasn't there and then catch the ball.
A 15-yard penalty.
Now you really have to throw here.
I didn't think that was a 15-yard penalty, but it suddenly becomes 1st and 25.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 5 or a 10-yard penalty, but they just kept walking and walking. I thought maybe he was just going to get a snow cone or something down there. He kept walking so far. It's
Yep.
And Barner's going to throw again. He's got, a great screen pass and a good run going to come for the Ducks. It's going to be a gain of about 13 and maybe 14. We'll see where they mark it here. It was Dane Olson. It is a gain of 14. It's going to bring up second down and 11. And I guess all things considered, they moved that back farther. It is probably a gain of 13, actually.
Yep. 7:40 left. Got to start pulling out the tricks.
That was a good screen there as they were downfield blocking, had some running room, but the Bombers did a good job of getting through that line of blockers and getting a tackle.
Yep.
Barner going to drop back to throw again. Looks left. He's got a receiver running down the far sideline. The Bombers are there in position, and offense becomes defense, and I think that was Nichols there knocking that away. J.T. Jeter back there playing center field nearly had another pick.
Yeah, but if
Hogue was following him down the field, but Jeter was the one back there playing deep center.
Yeah, they got to continue what they've been doing. They have to find something that works. They're not entirely out of this game. There's still a sliver of hope. This is Illinois football. Anything happens.
3rd and 12. They actually moved that ball back. It was across the 35 initially. Now they've got it back to the 35. And they're going to roll right. Barner on the run, rounds the corner. He's going to be close to a first down. We'll see where they mark him out at. That's going to be the key. It's going to bring up 4th down, but he gets some yardage from the 35. Oh, they only knocked that to the 42, a 7-yard gain. That wasn't nearly as far as I thought it was going to be. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5. I thought that was going to go. I thought that he was out another 2 or 3 yards farther than that.
They called holding on them, but they declined, so it's.
Bombers call the decline there.
Yep, and, well, this is it.
Barner is going to be back again. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 near, 1 step back. Barner looks right, quick throw. It's tipped and incomplete. As coming up as Carter Hogue out there. It was Carter Hogue on coverage out there, and it's first down Bombers after the turnover on downs, and that offensive pass interference penalty comes up huge in that series as they got that yardage back but couldn't get the extra 5. 42-yard line, 1st and 10 on the Ducks side of the field for the Bombers.
I do think that the starters are still in.
Duncan's going to hand off to Reiner. He cuts inside 1, breaks another tackle, bounces off another guy. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Max Reiner, 42 yards on the touchdown run.
Block in the back, that's going back.
So he's going to go from the 42 to the 28. A 14-yard gain is what he's going to get the credit for then. 14-yard run. Max Reiner's losing 2 touchdowns now.
Fans are not liking the call.
Well, they got away with one on his last one, too.
Yeah.
A 10-yard penalty.
Sometimes the worst thing you can do as a wide receiver when blocking is put your hands up.
It's 1st and 6 after the 10-yard. He got credit for a 14-yard run and lose 10 on the penalty. And Reiner's going to bounce it left side this time. Breaks a tackle, breaks another. Going to go down to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 3. 138 yards. It's 2nd and 3 after the 3. Not very often you say 2nd and 3 after the 3-yard gain.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at. There's been a lot of odd penalties because of spot of foul penalties in this game.
Yeah.
Really on both sides.
Hey, I'm surprised that we haven't gotten our hat trick today yet.
No, I haven't got one. Here's a pass near side to Jeter. Jeter's across the 30. Oh, he breaks a tackle, sidesteps one guy. He's going to be down near the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it on down. And a Sports Corner first down. 15-yard completion. 180 on the night for Duncan.
And Cochran's going to come in for Max, who, I mean, I'm not sure if that's going to be his night, but I think it's time that you get the other senior his touchdown.
Who we haven't seen play yet is Malachi, excuse me. And Cochran's going to go for a short gain across the 20, or inside the 20. Gain of 2. We'll give him 2. Gets him back to -1 now.
He's got about 2 yards on that carry if I can see the spot correctly. Yeah, down about the
Gain of 1 yard, second down and 9.
yard and a half, something like that.
I'm gonna be nice and give him 2 here. What do you think, Tegan?
Yeah, be nice.
Be nice. See if he can.
It's senior night.
Get into the positive yards here. Malachi might play on defense next time. Duncan's going right side. Jeter is there for the touchdown as he gets the 19-yard touchdown completion.
Jack's had himself a pretty nice night tonight. 4:54 left. I think they're going to try to get Cochran his two-point conversion here.
They're going to throw left side, and that's going to be should be pass interference, but they're not going to call it. It's a lopsided game, and that might be why, but that should have been pass interference. So it's 36 to 8.
You know what I'm thinking? I think our weird hat trick. I think that Mr. Hand's team, Landon Duckweiler, I think he's going to get his hat trick on kickoff return.
Well, we'll see. This game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit them at www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And McDonough District Hospital, thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as a best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experience and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and again in 2021. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. So we'll see if you're right. Now, Duckweiler's on the far side this time, but that's the direction they've been kicking here, so we'll see.
I'm pulling for Duckweiler right now. I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, you're a defensive / offensive lineman of years gone by, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like Watson's going to bring it near side if he does.
No, that's
Case. Case is on the kick here. So he's going to kick it deep. He does kick it deep to the 20. It's where it's picked up. Nichols? No, it's not. Is it Nichols? I'm trying to see what number comes up off the bottom of the pile there. Nope, it is number 25, Anthony Foster on the carry, on the return. A gain of about 5 yards on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 Ducks at the 30, and the officials going to take a timeout. Charge to the Ducks.
11-yard return for Foster. 1st and 10 Ducks on the Havana 30.
Not sure why you take a timeout there, but the Ducks take one, down 36 to 8. We'll take a break as well and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH in just about 30 seconds.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
And welcome back to Timeout. We're up here discussing amongst all the media people why you take the timeout there. We're guessing is probably because a bunch of subs are going to come in at this point.
Yep.
And there are a bunch of new numbers on both sides of the field coming in, including at quarterback, number 21, Andrew Seaman. And number 22 in the backfield, Caden Green. Oh, no, that Seaman's a running back. There's a linebacker. There's a quarterback up under center, and it's number 1, Caden Olson. The deep back, Green on the carry. It's a gain of 1. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9, and a bunch of Bombers in as well. Malachi Butler Grissom in the game.
Some of the seniors that got put in is Ben Thomas, cornerback, and Nick Ford, defensive end. Number 10 and number 55, and then, of course, Malachi Butler Grissom, another senior.
Denzel Cochran's back at safety.
Yeah.
He's a senior.
Yep. 52.
And deep in the shotgun is Olson now. Takes the snap. Handoff's going to go to Green around right side. He's got some running room. He's going to break it around the right side. He'll have a first down. He'll go from the 31 out to about the 43, 42, 44. See where they mark it. They gave him the slide, it looks like. A gain of 13, and it's 1st and 10. Underneath the 4-minute mark now. The Bombers scored 4:54. Their final touchdown.
Yep.
Well, final as of yet. In motion there is number 6, Delano Calcutta. As Olson now is going to let the clock run as far as he can before he takes a snap. The hand starts to move, and he steps up in to take the snap. He drops it. Going to hand off late to Green. Green bounces it outside. Can he breathe? He does turn the corner. He's across the 40, down to the 40-yard line. And it's a gain of 16 yards. Olson dropped the snap, but it worked out well. It's a gain of 16, and it's 1st and 10 for the Ducks at the Bomber 40-yard line. 36-8 the score, 4th quarter action. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the ball game, and the Ducks trying to make it a little more respectable with a late score here against the Bombers' defense. Olson in shotgun, 5 yards deep. Green to his right side, 3 wide receivers, actually 2 wide receivers far, a wing back to the right side. Olson is going to give it to Green, and this time nothing doing. Who's that flying through there?
Malachi.
No.
What?
Oh, Ethan Harrison flying through there, making a big stop.
I thought that was
Malachi got there late, but it's Ethan Harrison coming through, dropping Green for a loss of 5. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 15.
That's something to keep an eye out for because he'll probably be the starting linebacker for next year.
Dustin, I'm guessing we're approaching the 2-minute mark here. We can't see the clock from where our location is, but I'm guessing we're approaching a 2-minute mark.
1:59 actually.
1:59, so I was pretty close.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good guess. Somebody gets lucky occasionally. Olson's going to take the snap under center, drops it again. Now he's going to pitch it out to Green, and he drops it. It's out into Duck territory. He's got some running room around the left side, though. He's across the 45. He's going to make a positive play, and coming up to make a big stop there is Braden Holdhouse. And also at the bottom of the pile was Denzel Cochran. A gain of 3 after all that. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 12, or 2nd down and 11. That'd be 3rd down. It was a little late on the change of the down marker there. 3rd down and 11. And the clock's still running here.
1 minute, 10 seconds left.
I'm sure Braden, Tegan, that was exactly how they drew that play up.
100%.
Fumble the snap, pitch it, miss the pitch, catch the ball, and then run the opposite direction for a 3-yard gain.
You see, we had that in our playbook when we were playing, but we just didn't want to do it because we would be afraid that our opponents would be too intimidated by it.
Sometimes that stuff works to your advantage. It wasn't exactly how you wanted it to work. And now they wanted to snap. They tried to snap. And we'll see what they do. They're going to give it a offsides against the Bombers, 5-yard penalty. Bring up 3rd down and manageable 6 yards here for the Ducks.
I fully expect a Hail Mary here.
Approaching the 1-minute mark now.
I fully expect a Hail Mary.
Oh, 38 seconds. I was way late on
that.
That
was
one.
a false start.
Green is going to bounce it outside. He's going to be dropped down over there by a host of Bombers. Holdhouse also over there, I believe, for the Bombers. Number 53, Jeffrey Lee, over there on the tackle. He loses one, and that's going to be it. The Ducks are not going to run another play. The Bombers and the Ducks are going to line up at the 50-yard line, and the Bombers are going to get a 36-8 win in the home regular season finale for the Bombers, and they are going to improve to 8-0 on the season. And the only thing preventing them from a perfect season is going to be Illini West as they travel to Carthage next week, and you'll be able to watch that here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber sports all season long to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here in just a minute, live from Macomb High School with the post-game show on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards, or like circles, or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
And welcome back to Macomb High School. The Bombers, as they're announcing this total yardage here, 46 plays for 400 yards for the Bombers. Reiner, 17 carries for 146 yards. Duncan was 13 of 20 for 219 yards and 4 touchdowns. JT Jeter had 3 touchdown catches, I do believe. The Max Reiner had 17 carries for 146 yards. And it was a pretty big offensive night for the Bombers. Hopefully we're going to have a player from the Bombers come up and talk to us along with Coach Horrell in a little bit. For the Ducks, 49 plays for 189 yards. Barner was 1 of 7 passing for 13 yards. Olson had the 1 catch for 13 yards. Olson also had 22 carries for 110 yards and a touchdown for the Ducks. And Coach Horrell is going to bring somebody up, I think.
Scoring recap brought to you by Michaeline Harrison of Maloof Realtor. Mark. We'll go back to the opening quarter.
And Coach Horrell is, Tegan is out talking and going to get a player to come up and talk to us, hopefully, as he was yelling at Coach Horrell. And Coach Horrell's going to stop and talk to the Bombers Sports Network, Justice Keene down there. Going to talk to Coach Horrell, I believe, on the way through first. And we'll talk to whatever player ends up walking up here, I guess, and then we'll talk to Coach Horrell after that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us here as we bring everybody to speed. A 30-8 or 36-8 win for the Bombers. And Tegan, you were out there hollering, Coach. I think he's grabbing somebody to come up and talk, but the Bombers did pretty much everything they needed to do tonight.
Yeah, they did. They played well. 3 quarters on. The first quarter, they still got to fix those woes, but other than that, they've been pretty good. Actually, I was informed which player would be coming up here, Mr. Jack Duncan.
Jack Duncan's coming up. We talked to Jack a few weeks ago at the TSSR Game or Weekly broadcast at the Sports Corner at 124, and that's one of the cool things we're doing now as we go to Sports Corner every Wednesday or most Wednesdays. And John Burton actually did that show with me this past week as we had Coach McCormick from West Prairie. As West Prairie will be on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH tomorrow as they will be on against Pawnee. No, not against Pawnee, against
36-8, the Bombers with the win move to 8-0.
Hey, Coach, have them come right here. We can't come down.
Never mind, I guess.
Well, I think they are going to come up. Here, give me your headset. We'll just hand it through the. We'll just hand it through the. Sorry, guys. Jaden Jones and JT Jeter coming up here. Jaden, can you come right here? Can you get one side or the other? They won't be able to see on the camera. Who wants to go first? Let Jaden go first. Jaden, hop on up there, buddy. Put that headset on and put that microphone real close to your mouth for me. You should be able to hear me. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jaden Jones stepping in here and talking to us. Jaden, big win for you guys tonight. You guys had to play 4 quarters tonight. You haven't had to do that a whole lot this year. Probably a good tune-up going into the postseason, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the 4 quarters and also the adversity with the climate helped a lot. And it's good to get that conditioning in now.
What was it? What was this? I mean, obviously, if this would have been at LVC last week with not turf and on real grass, this game though does it affect much really? I mean, the ball's still slick, obviously, but the footing's still pretty good in the wet stuff.
The footing is actually surprisingly well. The ball really is the issue, but if you adjust right, we know how to make our adjustments. So,
you've had a lot of success with the shovel pass this year, and you had some success with it again tonight as well. What is it about that for this team that works so well? I mean, having guys to your left here on the outside probably helps that some, doesn't it?
Yeah. I feel it's just that vision that you see in front of the field, and you have those blockers leading you, so there's a lot of open field to work with, and I like that.
I think it fits you well, too. You have speed, but you also have evasibility, right? So you can evade some people.
Yes, sir.
You use that a lot in those shovel passes. Would you like to see some time in the backfield maybe? I mean, I've heard some people talking like maybe we should see Jaden Jones in the backfield.
Yeah.
What do you think about getting a handoff or two occasionally?
Yeah,
maybe I'll put a word in for you with Coach Horrell when he comes over here in a few minutes if you want me to.
I don't have a problem with it as long as the ball's in my hands.
As long as the ball's in your hands.
Yes,
well,
sir.
I appreciate you coming up and talking to us, Jaden. Good game tonight, and
yes,
good luck to the rest of the year.
Thank you.
We get JT Jeter on the headset now. JT, it's just another ho-hum 3-touchdown night. I mean, no big deal, right?
Yeah, a little frustrated with a few drops tonight, but we got the win. That's all that matters.
You would have had 4, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You don't let those go through your hands very often, but
Yeah.
that one down in the corner of the end zone there in the third quarter went right through, didn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it was the fourth quarter. Was it the fourth quarter?
I'm not sure.
No, it was the third quarter. It was at the end of the third quarter. Duncan throws a pretty hard ball, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'm used to the speed of it. It was just slick. The power wasn't really an issue, to be honest.
In this weather, the ball is obviously going to slicken up on you a little bit in this weather. The field's going to hold underneath you, so that probably has to be a benefit for you that you use your speed and you cut well. So the field being good underneath you is probably good, but does that take your mind off the ball a little bit?
No, not really. Once I get in my route, it's just how it is in practice when I'm running it, really.
A lot of people are talking about the receivers that you guys have, and obviously you have Langdon Allen on one side, you on the other. your ability to go up and get the ball is what everybody seems to talk about, and it seems like watching you play that you take pride in that, right? That seems like be something that when you go get a ball, you're going to go after it 110%. Do you think that's one of the better parts of your game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't really teach how to go up and get it. You kind of just have to learn that on your own, and I'm very proud to have that in my my abilities.
Well, you have some pretty good athletes in your family. You've watched some good sports, basketball, football, and everything else. That ability, and you're good on the basketball court. How much of that stuff, rebounding and stuff on the basketball court, helps you in football when you're going up either defensively or offensively to get a football?
Well, yeah, when it comes to releasing and getting off the ball, it's really similar just doing a crossover in basketball. Like, you kind of set it up same way how you would in doing a crossover, and jumping and getting rebounds, laying the ball up, all help my jumping ability, and it translates well.
Well, JT, I appreciate you coming up and talking to us. Be careful getting down to slick bleachers. Congratulations on the win, and hopefully we'll talk to you in probably 8 days. Maybe we can see you at a watch party for going undefeated. How's that sound? And going into playoffs.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
JT Jeter joining us on the game.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll get Coach Horrell up here now. Scoot on your bottom on the way down, Coach Horrell says. I don't blame you, Coach. That's the only bad thing about these bleachers. They're awesome bleachers, but they're not good in
not when it rains, huh? Yeah, and the spikes.
So, Coach, I tell you what, Havana, they came out winning 3 games in a row. They felt you could tell they felt like they had some swagger about them. They felt like they could come in here and do something, and they did. They drove right down the field and got the first touchdown.
Absolutely. They're not the same football team from week 1 and week 2. They're a much better team. Coach Heyman's got them playing really well. They're a physical football team. Those backs run the ball really hard, and it kind of took us a little bit to get in it.
How difficult for you as a coach to teach the direct snap thing? There's 3 guys back there, and you don't have any clue who the snap's going to go to. And plus, I mean, it takes away from like the possibility of fumbling handoffs because it goes right to same one guy, and he runs it almost all the time.
Right, and I mean, we don't, for our scout team, we don't have them snap it. We just started with the quarterback's hands. So we hadn't really seen it. I mean, we didn't even practice against it. We just kind of went with it tonight.
Well, they lowered their head, though, and they weren't afraid to run and pound it in against your big defensive linemen who have really dominated all year. But they drove 2 times, and the second time you guys made that really big stop.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, they got all the way down to, I think, the 10, and then they got a couple penalties, kind of set them back a little bit, and we took advantage of those penalties, and that's the key. You know, if someone kind of gets a penalty, you got to take advantage of it and get a stop and get off the field.
You guys had some penalties tonight, too. I think I only have you for 5, and I might have missed one, but 46 yards, and they came at, like, inopportune times, it seemed like. And really for both teams it happened that way.
Yeah, I think it took 2 touchdowns off the board for us. I don't know if we got in on the one down here, but we definitely did down here on the north side.
Yeah, it took 2 from Reiner.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why, and we didn't finish either of those possessions.
Yeah.
So, I thought JT's block was fine, and I didn't see the one on the other side. I thought JT's hands were inside, and typically you're not going to get that call against you.
I'm gonna tell you on Reiner's 51-yard run, I thought there was going to be a block.
Yeah, I know.
Hogue right
he likes to run down
line.
there, and him and Hunter, those two love to get after it, and you got to take those reins off. If you see their numbers, don't touch them.
Well, I think you guys are doing everything you want to do at this point. I thought you cleaned up taking care of the football tonight. You still had a few penalties, but you didn't turn the ball over. You didn't put the ball on the ground. You did that stuff. So you have to feel good as you're progressing through the year that you were able to do that tonight.
Yeah, we talked before the game with the weather being a factor. We said whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win the game. And we did that tonight. We got a couple picks. A really nice pick by Ethan there at the end. But I thought we did a good job taking care of the football. Max ran the ball really well and kept the ball protection, and Jack made the throws he needed to make.
You guys are doing a lot of good things, and you're undefeated. And do you feel like, and I'm not trying to do billboard stuff here, but do you feel like that maybe at some point here you're going to start getting some respect from some people who are saying because I feel like that both Macomb major fall sports, volleyball and football, are both not getting a whole lot of respect.
No.
You're doing things, and my and I talked to your dad today. I said, my thing is you're beating teams you should beat, but you're not threatened, and that's the thing. Is usually, even when you're doing that, at some point you're going to let up, right? And you're going to let a game get ahead of you a little bit, and you have to play catch up. You guys haven't done that all year.
No, I'm going to watch myself what I say, but the teams in this conference are good. Rushville is a good football team. Week 1, we came out and we beat them, but that is a good – Brian Lafferty has that team. They're physical. Their offense is tough to stop. They're a good football team. Elmwood Brimfield's a great football team. Farmington's a great football – I mean, those are all great football teams that run the ball hard. They can throw. They're all – I think we've played at least 4 playoff teams. Rova's a good football team. They might be smaller than us, but that's 4 playoff teams at least that we've faced. And we play who's on our schedule. I have a lot of respect for the coaches in this league.
And my thing is you never have allowed any of those teams. I don't feel like you've ever given any of those teams the idea that they're going to beat you, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying. And a lot of times, even really good teams, that's why you play games, because those really good teams get beat occasionally,
right?
Because they just let down once. You guys haven't done that.
No, I feel like there was one time where we got a score and we were flat afterwards. But other than that, these guys are locked in and ready to go. They know that last year we let a couple games slip away because whatever it might be, we just didn't play our best, and these guys are ready to play from the opening kickoff and typically through whenever they come out.
Well, I suppose you look at the schedule and you're like, man, we could go undefeated, but it's real now, right? I mean, you got the chance to be undefeated after next week's game. Your second year coaching, is this something that you anticipated that at the end of your second year you're going to be able to say, hey, we might be undefeated?
Looking at the schedule, we knew last year we had a very realistic, we probably should have been 8-1, we felt like. So looking at this year, we felt like we had a chance, but you got to make the plays on the field. And we had a couple games circled, 3 big ones that we had circled that we knew we had to take care of business, and we still got another one this week. Illini West played us very tough last year. I mean, that was a back-and-forth game right up until the very end. So it's not finished, and it's not about me. It's about those guys on the field. Those are the guys that are 8-0. They're battling every night.
Speaking of Illini West, you got a team that's a really rich history, right? I mean, they may not be as good as they were in 2005 when they won a championship or whatever, but they won a 3A championship. That's a team that is got a history of playing well. They're not going to roll over for you guys next week.
No, and I don't know how they did tonight. I believe they played West Hancock, so if I had to guess, I would say they got a win. So there'll be another team that's 4-4. So they're going to be another team that's hungry to get in the playoffs. And we guys got to come out ready to play, because once you get in the playoffs, you never know.
3A, 4A? Do you care?
No. I mean, we'll play whoever's on the schedule. If we got to choose, we're going to choose 4 and not have to play some of Rochester's, those schools right away. But it doesn't matter who you're going to play. 3A, you look at Sochi's projections, and we've been 3A the last couple weeks. But even the first round 3A is going to be a challenge. Whoever we play, we're going to play. But, knocking Illini West out helps us maybe get into 3A.
Right.
So that's kind of our motivation. I mean, besides going on and
small schools to lose, right?
Right.
You need small, and that's what.
I told Coach Hammond, good luck next week, but I really don't want them in the playoffs because they're a smaller school than us.
Right. So for anybody who doesn't understand, the way IHSA's playoffs work is they take the best. Was 132?
256.
256. I was a little off, but anyway, they take the best 256, and then they just equally divide them for 8 classes, right? Is it still 8 classes?
Yep.
You can tell how long it's been since I've been in 11-man football playoffs. But so they divide it equally. So the smallest 32, the next 32, the next 32, the next 32, on up through the ranks, obviously. Yep. So you need the small schools to lose. Yep. The smaller the schools lose, so that makes
more
you
likely
a small big school and whatever. So
right.
So that's what you're hoping for, and that's the reason why he's saying that Illini West. So it's not only a big game for Illini West if they come in 4-4. It's not only a big game for them. It's an avenue for you to keep one more smaller school out, right?
Correct. I mean, we are going to be either one of the top 3 biggest schools in 3A or one of the top or bottom 3 of the 4A. So every team we can knock out ourselves, let's do it.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it greatly coming up and talking to us. Are you going to come to TSSR?
Yeah, Wednesday night, right? 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. You be
I'll
there?
be there. I'll be
Okay,
there.
We'll talk about football and all kinds of other great
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah, I watched last week. So
Coach McCormick is a hard act to follow. You think?
I know.
I
saw that.
John Burton might be there too. He's trouble. So you got.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll let him interview. He asks all the hard questions.
Perfect. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay. Coach Earl, thank you for talking to us. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck next week, and good job tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, I turned the wrong one down. I forgot that I'm Channel 1, not Channel 2. Coach Horrell talking to us here on the post-game show. And that'll about do it. Tegan, final thoughts?
Final thoughts of this game. If you're Macomb, that next game, mark your name in history. I think I talked with Tanner a little bit earlier. He said the last time was 89, not 20 years ago, 40, around that same time. So if these kids, you want to come out and you want to make an impact. Last year, for us,
33 years ago. Let's not make me older than I am.
But yeah, for us last year, it was making it back into the playoffs. We haven't made it in 9-10 years. Tomorrow they have something bigger to accomplish, and I feel like that is going to be something that, whether win or lose in the playoffs, preferably you want to win, but win or lose, that's something people are going to look back on. This Macomb team's very special, and it's very glad to see a bunch of these young kids come out and have fun. And it's always nice to have a good one on senior night. I hope that they can end off not how I ended off, losing in the first round. But I have a lot of faith in this team. No matter where they go, 3 or 4, I know they're going to go far.
Well, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us here as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has brought Bombers football to TSSR Game Time, live presented by MDH, for Tegan Perry and for John Burton, who did the usual phenomenal job on the camera tonight from a little different location for us. Again, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for joining us here. We'll see you next Friday night with Bomber football from Illini West. We got football tomorrow with BPC and West Prairie. We also have 8 volleyball games tomorrow and cornhusking, of all things, tomorrow, if you want to check it out. So thanks for joining us tonight live from Macomb High School. Bombers win 36-8. They're 8-0.